up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are at the Scottsdale Airport in Arizona, and guess what? I have that luxury performance full-size SUV that you've been waiting for, and this is it. This is the new 2023 Cadillac Escalade-V. But before we get into this full-on supercharged SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. The Escalade, it all came about over 23 years ago and really has become that dream vehicle for many as a status symbol, and of course having the things that make Cadillac a Cadillac. If you go back to the turn of the century in the early 1900s, Cadillac was just really setting the world ablaze with their unique design and of course that luxury and, believe it or not, performance, of course. Now fast forward to the 21st century, in the IMSA WeatherTech series, Cadillac is doing the business with their prototype DPI cars. Next year, it is the mighty return of the GTP race cars. But what I want to find out is, has Cadillac taken enough of that DNA that makes a true Cadillac V car perform and do its thing like no other? I want to compare this particular full-size, this being the ESV, I want to compare it to another large performance luxury SUV, that BMW X7 M50i. So let's go ahead, let's dive in and find out what makes this thing so special, and is it the one to buy, the better luxury performance SUV to buy over the BMW? Let's go ahead and dive into our 2023 Escalade-V. Right off the bat, the size. That extended version, the ESV version of the Escalade, gives you that extra length, of course gives you that extra capacity, but guess what? You're still gonna get gobs and gobs of performance. At the front of the business, you're getting that style that in this generation of the Escalade is still shining brightly, just like these LED headlights. So you're going to get your full LED headlights. Love the way Cadillac does their unique daytime running lamps and turn signals. The one zonk here, none of this is functional. Looks good, gloss black, looks sporty, just would have been nice to have some functionality here. On the lower portion, you do get a unique extension that not only is here for aerodynamic purposes, but also sets the front end off really nicely. And that's the thing. This may not look like a super unique Escalade, but if I had a standard one right next to it, you'd clearly be able to see what the differences are. As we come across that front grille, you're getting the V series grille, something that harks back to the original CTSVs. You bring that unique grille, all gloss black, that massive Cadillac badge that Favorite Flav would love to wear this around his neck instead of a clock. Forward-facing camera, the gloss black around the perimeter, and then here's the other change on the low end is you're getting more functionality. The way this extends out, it's gonna suck in all that air to cool the heat exchangers, the brakes, and for aerodynamic purposes. And of course, I like the way they matched the grille material both on the bottom end and also on the top. Now, as we rise up, you are getting that massive, unique design hood. The one thing I wish they would have done was put some tasteful heat extractors on both sides. Let me know how you feel about that. I know that they're trying to keep this balance between performance and luxury. And remember, this is not a Blackwing, so we're not comparing this to the CT5V Blackwing, but being a V car or a V SUV, it should have, I just think some little ones would have been very tasteful, but also functional. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working with? Unique 22-inch wheels. Love that massive size. Look at the details. You got your V badge on the actual wheel. You got those bright red 6-piston Brembo calipers that are bigger than Ronald McDonald's head. It looks like Ronald McDonald's head is in there, and he's gonna bite down on those rotors. Now, if you're wondering, well, Joe, what is the size of this tire here? You're basically looking at a 275 on the width, meaty 50 series sidewall. The engineers went through the magnetic ride suspension and retuned it. So you're getting magnetic ride 4.0, retuning everything. You got the jets taking off here at the airport, and guess what? This thing is gonna accelerate like a jet. They even did all the work to the chassis to really make it unique, but I'm liking the gray with our particular bright white. Now, as we come down the rest of the side, super clean, color matched on the door, on the door side mirrors. LED lighting, 360-degree cameras. Look at our V badge, prominently displayed, classy, just enough. Of course, when you go Escalade-V, you're getting those automatic running dropping boards that drop down, running board style, gloss black, top and bottom, just like the Escalade Sport, which we have featured here on Raiti's Rides. So you're getting that sporty look, but with the combination of more sporty performance. The sheer size of this thing, the long wheelbase, the independent rear suspension, wait until we do some on throttle, which is gonna be coming in another review, but stay tuned for that. We'll talk more about that. Out back, you're gonna get an electronic limited slip diff that's gonna send up to 67% to the rear wheels, launch control, and then as we come around the back, look at how this all looks like one massive piece of glass. We get to the tail end, and there's no zonking going on because look at how clean, without a rear wiper, it's tucked up underneath this long extended roof spoiler. You got those beautiful waterfall taillights, all LED with the turn signals, your V-Series badge, and then going all the way down, I love the way they finished it off with that beautiful rear diffuser and unique exhaust. Nice slash cut, a roundish rectangle, and they are gonna sing. You can make it louder, you can make it quieter, and they've been tuned specifically for the Escalade-V. The one thing is I wish they would have blacked out the badging. Why do we have shiny chrome badging when everything else is blacked out? But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see if we could take a look at the heart of this big beast. All right, guys, we got the hood open, and of course on the outside, you got such a unique difference between the BMW and this Cadillac Escalade-V. Another big difference is that bad boy right there. What is that? That is an LT4 hand-assembled V8 power plant. That is the same engine that's in my Camaro ZL1 1LE and the Cadillac CT5V Blackwing. This one, though, pumps out more horsepower. How much horsepower? 682 horsepower, 653 pound-feet of torque. It's got a forged crankshaft, forged rods, special pistons, and lots of other goodies, especially with that larger supercharger. It's a 2.6 liter supercharger, putting out 10 pounds of boost. 0 to 60 with that 10-speed automatic, even in this extended version, is gonna be a very quick 4.3 seconds. Quarter mile is gonna blaze by at 12.7 seconds at 112 miles an hour. And that's quite phenomenal because this thing weighs over 6,200 pounds and you got 7,000 pounds of towing capacity. Comparing this to the BMW going that twin turbo V8 route, this definitely wins the horsepower war. And I'm thinking when it comes to performance and the sound, it's gonna beat the BMW, especially when we fire this thing up. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's have a little bit of an eargasm with this Escalade-V. All right, guys, we're inside this 2023 Cadillac Escalade-V. They told me I had to make V with my hands or my arms or something, but I did it. And I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I've been looking at Beamers. I've always had a BMW. My great-great-great-granddaddy had a BMW-powered biplane that he used to fly around to get to work. But I'm liking this Cadillac, especially with the supercharged power. How much is it, though? So starting price for an Escalade-V is right around $149,000. This one being the extended version, you're looking at around $152,000. Let's see what you're getting compared to the X7 M50i. To the door panels, you'll notice that we're gonna get a two-tone color style palette. You got the dark chocolate brown, just like a Hershey's dark chocolate bar. You got the wood finish. Not my favorite because of the shine on it. I wish it was just a regular black dark stain wood, but you do have ventilated and heated seats, 3 stages apiece. Plus, there's no regular gloss black. You got carbon flash metallic around the window switchgear, and then you'll notice that nice soft dark chocolate brown on the armrest. Loving the stitching. Door pocket is a pretty good size. You can easily get 2 Arizona special rattlesnake quesadillas and a rattlesnake shake. Plus, you'll notice the speaker grill, AKG, premium sound, over 30 speakers in this beast. Going from the door panel to the dash, same style. The two-tone, there's more of that gloss wood finish. It's classy, it's luxurious, it's just a little too much shine for me, but I like the way they brought the nice soft brown material with the stitching. Of course, you've seen it before, 38 inches of OLED screen in your Cadillac Escalade. Nothing like what you're going to find at BMW. BMW has a small little 12-inch screen. You got 38 inches of screen. Obviously, you got your navigation, you got your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Let me show you some of my favorites. So, tons of pages. If you like an infotainment system that has tons of pages for you, we got it here in this Escalade-V. Let's go into vehicle information. Same story. Look at how many times we could swipe. Tells you everything that you need all the way through, including your performance gauges, battery voltage, oil pressure, keep on swiping, coolant temp, transmission fluid temp, keep on going, brake pad life, and then all the way to even find out tire pressure and everything. So really nice the way they have all that information. We come back to home. Remember back in elementary school, there was that one kid you were so jealous of that had a pack of 64 Crayola crayons. It had the sharpener on the back. Now you can make them jealous. You got 64 colors of ambient screen lighting in here that you could go through whenever you want. If you're feeling a little pink that day, go with it. If you're feeling, you know what, I'm kind of sad, I'm feeling a little blue, go with it. Or if you're feeling happy, go with a nice pastel yellow. It shows you in the graphics here the colors changing. That's what I love about the technology in this beast. And plus, the camera quality, look at this. You could actually count how many pebbles are on the road. I could actually see what tires. Those are actually Michelin tires on that Nissan Altima in front of us. And then you could change it up. You want to go overhead? Go overhead. You need to go out the side. You want to see those 22-inch wheels? Ba-bam! Love how easy it is to get through all the different... Look at this. This is kind of cool. 360. So there we are. Boom. I wish it would show Lori right now on the passenger side as we're filming. Ba-bam. Hello. Look at that. That car pulling in behind us. That was pretty cool. He planned that perfectly. Very nice. You can see this guy getting out of the car. Look at this. He's probably wondering what the heck is going on right now. But I love all of that tech. You're going to have your dual climate control. They even put a little Escalade for the recirculation. Love those little touches. My favorite button is this one right here. Hit this V-Series button. That's going to give you full performance. This is going to control a 10-speed automatic. So that's your shifter. Would have been nice if they kind of brought some leather or made this look a little extra special since we are in a true V. You do have your direct drive control knob if you don't like touching screens. And then look at what we got here. Open that up. 2 massive cup holders. You got a Mentos holder for the Funyuns, USB-C and USB. Because remember, you want those Mentos to chill your breath after eating the Funyuns. And speaking of Funyuns, you could put 2 small bags. You know those lunch box sizes of bags in there. Easily done. And you got a 12 volt in there for your radar detector. You're going to want it in this beast of a vehicle. Key fob. There's your Escalade-V key fob. If you're wondering why is it red, remember it matches the color of the brake calipers. So really nicely done. Soft leather Escalade. Open it up. Whoa! Party Central. You actually have a go away tray. Like if you have somebody in the car that you want them to go away because they're annoying you, leave some snacks in here, maybe some M&Ms, some Skittles, and a couple Tootsie Rolls, and tell them, listen, get away from me. This is the getaway console holder for them. USB-C, USB, and another 12 volt. Plus you got enough room in there where you could put that signed football by Tom Brady that you got because you thought he was retiring and you were gonna use that as your retirement because you were gonna sell it on eBay. And then guess what? He came back for another season. So forget about that plan. Seats. Look at the way that AKG speakers are in the freaking headrest. That looks good, and you know it's going to sound good. soft leather. I want to thank all the cows that sacrificed their lives for this leather. Full adjustable seating, 16-way, and massage. And I'm not just talking about like massage, I'm talking about like massage. Up top, that soft Alcantara material. You can see all the speakers in this freaking thing. Plus, we got the panoramic sunroof. Nice one touch. I'm gonna close it up because we don't have all day for that to slide all the way back, because this thing's about 50 feet long. Why don't you come over here though? I wanna show you some more digital goodness for your eyes and for your soul behind the wheel of this Escalade-V. All right guys, business time, come on in. Of course, you're gonna have your settings and everything for your seat, but we got that nice Escalade sill plate that illuminates at night. The one big zonk is the pedal box. I would like to see some aluminum pedals, especially aluminum dead pedal, just to give it that nice finished touch. But you do have the massage seatings, of course, with memory settings so that you can let somebody borrow your Escalade-V. You'd have to be crazy to. I wouldn't let anybody borrow mine, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? I got plenty of room in here, just like any other Escalade. If you need more room, you might want to find like some type of Mack truck and drive that, because if you need more headroom, you're not getting a regular production vehicle. Steering wheel, the leather, of course we got Super Cruise, comes standard on this thing. You got the V badging, flat black on the buttons, the classy wood finish, metal paddles on the back of the wheel to go through the 10-speed, and you have an electric tilting telescoping steering wheel, and they give you a little bit of a V badge here. Love that touch. And then check it out, that digital display OLED with the tachometer in the center. Love the sound of the supercharged V8. Clear graphics. You could scroll through just about everything that you need in this vehicle. And it's got a head-up display and, of course, a heated steering wheel. But why don't we go ahead? This vehicle's got more than just 2 seats. Let's get to the mid-row and see if your passengers are going to think that you're the coolest because they get to ride around your Escalade-V. Let's go check it out. All right guys, mid-row time, and I'm telling you right now, your passengers are gonna be spoiled, and if they don't think they are, tell them to go get an Uber or a Lyft, because you're not giving them a ride anywhere. These seats are just as supportive and as soft as the ones up front. Plus, thank you Cadillac, this is the type of armrest on a captain's chair that I like to see. Nice and beefy, and it just swings right up out of the way. Whoop! That's the noise that it makes. Now on the backs of the seats, you do have that in Escalade entertainment touchscreen. You touch it, you can bring up your different settings. The one thing that's the zonk is obviously needing an HDMI to connect to this. But you do have your wireless headset, which you could switch very easily, change the volume and all that. Let's see if it tilts. Yes, so if you got somebody smaller or somebody that wants to lean forward, you could lean it up and down. Good size on the seat pockets. Now, believe it or not, there is the story of the lost city of gold here out in Arizona. You could keep the map that Hernando Cortez used to try to find it. Now you could find it with your Escalade-V. Keep the map in there. Speaking of a command center, you could be the captain of this ship because you have all of the controls back here for the AC. Heated seats, but no ventilated seats. That's a big no-no in my book. That's a zonk. I need some ventilated seats. We do have the most massive cup holder tray here. You could actually put drinks that weigh over 300 pounds. We'll support it. Down below, you got your USB-Cs and your HDMI ports, and of course, a home power source. I got my own pocket over here. I'm gonna put my favorite Texas calzone. Even though we're not in Texas, I'm gonna keep my Texas calzone because I'd rather have food than gold. It'll help keep you alive. Seats though, comfortable. Do they recline? Let's see, I don't know. There they go. Nice, and they slide. So that's the Max. That's the Max sliding. This is the Max recline. But you know what? The great news is we got an independent rear suspension and we got a third row. Let's see how your passengers are gonna like sitting back there in this Escalade-V. All right guys, third row time, and I'm telling you right now, this is where the BMW X7 gets its butt kicked time and time again. I'm sitting back here and I almost can't believe this is a third row. Look at where my knees are, nice and low. Remember, I'm 6 feet tall, My knees are nice and low, and I got plenty of not only leg room, but also headroom here. I got my own AC vents, plenty of Alcantara to keep myself interested back here. I even got USB-Cs on both sides, a little bit of a Skittles tray, and a cup holder. My only problem is the Zonk. I wish the armrests were a little soft back here. It's like they tried to do soft, but it didn't actually turn out very well. The one thing I am very happy to say is seats match every single row. A lot of times, even in luxury vehicles, you get to the third row and it's like they ran out of material or something and seats don't even look like they match. So it's nice to have that cohesive design throughout the whole way. But why don't we go ahead? I heard you could haul the mail in the Escalade-V, especially with that supercharged V8. Let's see how much mail we could put back there that we're gonna haul. All right, guys, the biggest part, obviously, after that supercharged horsepower is the cargo capacity. So we're gonna go ahead, nice electric assist, opens right up, and you're gonna be greeted to tons and tons of cargo space. We got the third row up. You could see the subwoofer for that AKG system. Remember, over 30 speakers in this beast. On the passenger side, we got all of the switch gears and buttons to put down and put up the seats. Plus, of course, you're gonna have a home power source. We're gonna go ahead and fold down the rear seat. We'll do one at a time. You hit the button, nice electric assist. Look how fast that is. That's just with the third row down. Lori's gonna show off in the third row. You do have those cup holders, and there are USB-Cs near the glass there, near the rear quarter glass. But of course, those rear seats, those mid seats are gonna go down, and you're looking at, well, with those seats down, you're looking at well over 130 cubic feet of space once you get all the rows down. This is the ultimate track hosting vehicle. If you gotta get your track car, you tow with this, and then now you can fit all of it, or think about how many snacks from Costco you can fit back there. Plus, what's nice is they give you a little bit of storage underneath to hide the snacks from the kids on those long family trips, because you know the kids stress you out. You gotta have some of that sugar to chill you out and keep your sanity. But you know what? I know you're wanting on throttle. We're here at the airport. Planes are taking off, they're landing. Stay tuned. It's gonna come. Full on throttle driving review. When is it gonna be? June 13th, 12:01 a.m. Eastern time. Stay up June 12th, all the way through. Have the snacks, have some yoo-hoo, have whatever's gonna make you happy, because that's what we're about here, is making you happy here on Raiti's Rides. The on throttle is gonna make your jaw drop. So make sure you chew and swallow, and then at 12:01 a.m. Eastern time, June 13th, you better be here. But until that day, let's wrap it up from the airport. All right, guys, it's been a great day showing you the details on what makes this Escalade extra special. If you want to see that on-throttle action, like I said, I know you do, so that's like a rhetorical question. If you ready when you're ready for the on-throttle action, that's gonna happen June 13th at 12:01 a.m. So this is what you're gonna do, and that's Eastern time, 12:01 a.m. Eastern time. Stay up June 12th, get the Twinkies ready, pop some popcorn, and get a yoo-hoo, and just stay up all night until 12:01 a.m. Eastern time on June 13th. We're gonna be going full on throttle with a totally different review, and I got a lot of on throttle driving, I promise you that. But I definitely want to thank the whole Cadillac team. Let me know what you think. Is this the one performance SUV, that larger SUV that you would buy over the BMW X7 M50i? I know it's a mouthful, but let me know in that comment section which way you would go. But until we meet another day in another airport on a hot, sunny day, if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. We got to give it up to the strongest camera person in the universe, working that camera like a champ. Show Lori some love in that comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.